your mind back, sir, as far as it can go over the decades. And just tell us, what is the earliest memory that you have of your own life, of your own childhood? What do you remember?
Anything about me is generally about music only, nothing else. I mean, since my childhood only, I have been connected to music. The first memory which I always cherish is that my father was a great vocalist, violinist, veena player and flutist. I was having a fascination for violin since my birth. I don't know why. But my father never allowed me to play any instrument. He thought I should concentrate only on vocal. But I have been always seeing him playing and teaching to students on violin, and there is a violin in my house. So I was getting excited whenever I see the violin, but I was prevented from touching it. But since my childhood, that is, as far as I remember, since my 4th year, 5th year, I used to pick up the upper portion and down portion of a calendar and take the 2 sticks and keep with me and play like violin. I used to carry whenever I was traveling with my father or with my mother to outside places also. Then one day, it so happened that my father had to go out of station. My mother means my mother's eldest sister who brought me up. She was there at home. And I think I have practiced very well with both the sticks. And one day, I couldn't control myself, the emotion. And I took the violin from the box and I played Adtal Varnam Bhairavi Varnam immediately. That was the first time I was touching the violin and I could play the Varnam very well.
I think many of our listeners may not know the particular composition you're speaking about.
I'm talking
which
about
one was
Viriboni.
Viriboni.
In Adtal Varnam.
Yeah.
Adiyappaya's composition. It's very difficult to play on violin unless you practice very well from the beginning. My stepmother my mother's eldest sister who brought me up, she listened. She was surprised, who is that playing violin here? She came out from the kitchen and then saw me playing. And I was afraid. Immediately I took out the violin and kept in the box. So there was no comment about that immediately. And my father returned. She told him that this was happened. So my father asked me, of course he was not angry, but he didn't believe it. And he asked me, what did you do when I was out of station? I said, I'm sorry father, excuse me, I have touched the violin and I have played something. Okay, what did you play? What can you play? He said. I said, I can play whatever I know. Okay, then play for me now, he said. Then I played the same Varnam again. He was surprised to see. I said, so that means you have been taking my violin and practicing without my knowledge all these days. He said, I said, no, I never touched it. First time I touched it. So he was very happy and he hugged me and said, okay, you will become a great violinist too. That moment I always remember.
But this Viriboni Varnam that you speak about, this is something you had already learnt by then as in vocal music.
Yes, by 5th year, I think I knew about 50 Gitas and about 100 Varnas and about 100 Kirtanas I know at 5th year. All this I know means whenever my father used to teach students, I used to get by heart everything. Once if I listen, I'll remember it. Even now, I remember those compositions which I heard when I was in childhood, but later on, even my own compositions now I don't remember. Those songs which I have learned from my father and from my guru, I still remember.
I think it would be wonderful if you can, just give us the first phrase or two of that first song that you played.
Sure, I will do it for you.